Hello everyone, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to another PS how-to video. This time is a real small little registry hack for Windows 11. Probably also works on Windows 10 just the same. I wanted to add an icon here. When I right click, have something listed here, so I could open the whole folder with a foobar 2000, which is a music player, which you can launch it and give it an argument of the folder to play it, and it just automatically adds all of the things to the playlist. So if I right click here and say open with foobar, it automatically plays that thing, which is cool for me. It really helps you navigate faster. Anyways, I wanted to add this, and there is an option to install it by default, but they had too many things. I ended up removing it, and now I wanted to add it back. So how do you do that? You have to go to the registry. Before we proceed, reminder that if you mess around with the registry of your Windows, you might screw the machine. So make sure you back up, make sure you know what you're doing exactly. How do you go to registry? You type registry editor in particular. It opens up this window. It has a lot of stuff here. You want to go to computer, key classes, root directory, shell in particular. This very particular item, you can just copy paste this entire thing, paste it here, and you will be here. And then you see here a list of different applications that already have this behavior here. So if you right click, you see some of them, you recognize some of these names. DOSBox X, Git, PowerShell, different kind of stuff that is listed here. So what do you do in particular? I'm going to show you for foobar, but it's pretty much the same with whatever application. You need to create a key here, new key, and that creates a folder kind of thing. I'm going to call it foobar example. And then inside that, you're going to create another key, which is for the command, which is the thing that you're calling, supposedly. And then inside here, you can even go as far as give it a name. So it's like a special foobar, for example. And you can even create a new string value and call it icon, which is a special name recognized by the registry. And on the icon itself, you set the value to the place where you will get the icon from. Usually, applications have an icon embedded in them. So if you pass the path of a foobar, which I will get real quick. If I don't know the path of foobar, I'm going to right-click, open file location. This is actually a shortcut to the foobar, so I will actually right-click, go to properties, and get the actual file location from here. And now I can put it here, and if I just type /0, it will get the icon in position 0. You can put multiple icons inside an application. Usually there's only one, but some applications have multiple icons there for your enjoyment. So yeah, if I create this, and on the command also set the value to the executable that I want to call. And now the important bit, you need to make sure that you're telling it to execute the first argument that you're passing on the command. So you're calling this executable, and you're passing it an argument of %1 refers to the first argument that you're passing on the command, which in the case of the registry for the folder is the actual folder name. So what you're doing is calling foobar 2000 in the directory that I'm right-clicking right now. So when you click here, you'll see the special foobar that I just added. There's the other one that I already had, and there's the new one that I just added right in front of this video. So when you click, it calls foobar with the argument of this directory that I just right-clicked on. And that's pretty much it. You can launch whatever you want with this. It's not limited to foobar. You can hotlink whatever other thing. If you see anything that makes sense to streamline your productivity inside File Explorer. Of course, a lot of people don't use File Explorer when they're doing more advanced stuff. They use like Total Commander and other kind of Explorer things. But I got used to using File Explorer all the time because reasons. So this is a nice little hack to know. And you can also remove other stuff, like if you don't want browse with a different view listed here on the same registry space, you can also, for example, you would delete this key and it would be gone from here. So depending on what you want, I'm going to remove this one that's no longer needed. Again, a reminder that you shouldn't screw around with the registry. If you don't know what you're doing, please avoid it. Make sure that you know what you're doing. Check the documentation from Microsoft to make sure that you're not screwing anything, and definitely don't delete random stuff if you don't know exactly what they're doing or how to reproduce it. Use the import and export way to make sure that you can, export your settings as a backup, and if you screw up, you can import them back and revert the changes that you did. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope it was useful. See you next time. Bye bye, everybody. Have a great day.